Okay, may proceed.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, welcome. It's Wednesday night again. Welcome to Terahertz Wednesday English Zoom class. Thank you for your precious time here to learn about water and life. Drinking good water resonated by our award-winning device, which is the Terahertz 0.96 healthy water device. And this resonate water really helps many of us, for those who have been drinking for the last 20 months, the last 1 year, or the last couple of months, or just started drinking, especially those who have few months. It really helps us to have very good immunity and resistance, especially during this serious pandemic time. My name is Carissa. I'm from the beautiful island, which is south of Peninsular Malaysia, Singapore. I'm very happy to be your MC for this evening. Sincere gratitude to the management of Terahertz Malaysia and management of Terahertz Global Singapore that I'm able to be here on this Zoom class to be with all of you tonight. And of course, very sincere gratitude to our Mr. George Neo, who brought this Terahertz 0.96 healthy water device to Malaysia, of course, followed by Singapore, Indonesia, Taiwan, America, and to more than 28 countries in the whole world now. Without him, we won't be here this evening. And of course, also gratitude to Brian, who is always consistently working diligently behind the scene, managing all the technical aspects, especially for Brian. He really has a full day this morning. I think before 9, he already get everything started. I'll probably have half an hour of rest or so, and he's here tonight. And just to talk about, since you mentioned Brian, we also talk about what as we have been talking consistently the last 2-3 Zoom class is about changing so-called our name, putting our name to get, how we write down our name to be ready for this Saturday recognition evening. And also how to change our virtual background. Like you see, I have my virtual background today. We shall touch on it after our speaker has finished his Zoom class. So be patient with us. We shall touch on this topic later in the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, for all standard SOP of webinar, we appreciate that you are all, right now, you're all properly dressed or attire, especially on your upper body for this webinar. We request for your kind respect and cooperation. And we would also like to have a show of hand. Maybe you can type 1, followed by S in Singapore, followed by M in Malaysia if you are the first time here for this evening. Some of you may be from the USA. Like for California, this probably only 5 a.m. in the morning, and you people are already, woke up and be here. Oh, we have Nor from Australia. Welcome, Nor, welcome. Yes. So ladies and gentlemen, our speaker for the night, he has a Bachelor of Science from NUS and also gained his MBA from a Australia university in North South Wales. He has spent many years in the educational level, in the educational sector, and now he's officially retired. He has a keen interest in keeping the human body healthy and fit using the natural ways. And he also advocates of having a balanced lifestyle. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let's welcome our speaker for the evening, our Senior Director, Mr. Albert Limm. Albert, thank you.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. Welcome. All right, thank you, Krisa, for introducing me. All right, I'm just like all of you. Okay, I just want to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. I'm sure everyone also would like to be in the pink of health. Anyone here overseas seen from India even? Welcome. So far away. And hopefully, all of us are all humans, regardless of race or religion. We want to have good health, and also at the same time, after drinking this water, you can go and even do some marketing on this product. The simplest thing to do is to feel it for yourself and then introduce to others, right? So I think there might be even people from USA or America, Canada. Or I think I'll have to say good morning to all of you then. Anyway.
Yes, we saw, sorry, Albert, for interruption. Yes, we saw someone from New York City. Yes, New York City. Wow. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I think the 4th of July over, right? So American Independence Day. So it's okay. Wherever you are, whoever you are, okay, we all need this water. I will show you for first timers here. Just the first part will be on the PowerPoint slides on the theoretical parts of this Terahertz Water, and then followed by testimonial. All right, and then the last bit on marketing. I will keep it short and sweet, right? So that those of you who are already been involved many times won't get too bored. But anyway, it's good for your knowledge. All right. Anyway, there are plenty of training sessions going on. If you want to upgrade, and should you need any help and so on, feel free to approach your uplines. So without further ado, I will go on to the first part of the theoretical part. I'll share the screen. What is Terahertz Water? So it says future. Why is it considered future? Actually, whatever we're drinking is now, but the technology is advanced. Right? So basically, I'll talk about this water, the technology, as time, as the slides go by. But the first part, we just know that this water is part of the 3 elements of life. Besides water that we need, okay, regularly, we have to drink water every day. And besides that, we need air. We know that with this COVID-19 situation, there are people, even my own friends, some have passed away, sad to say, because of this virus. Some have even mutated to the Delta variant form. So oxygen will be impeded. And besides that, we also have food. Food that we do need to take in regularly, all right, to survive. Of course, some of you are food gourmet. Anyone food gourmet here? Then you eat because you enjoy the taste of it. I'm not saying it's wrong. Yeah, we need all this to basically survive and meet our basic needs. Of course, other than that, we can also meet our higher needs, our wants. So water is the source of life. On average, to cut the long story short, water, our body, all right, consists of 70% of water. All right, you can see that there's certain parts like kidneys, liver, all this, we need easily 75% above, 80%. Our lymphatic system, which is part of the blood circulatory system, we need a lot of water inside. Of course, then you may say, there are harder to reach parts of skin, bones, and so on. They still need water because even though it's drier parts, but they still need water nevertheless. And on average, the percentage of water in humans will go down over time. From a newborn, an infant stage, 75% on average percentage of water is in the body, and then as a child grows up, 65%, and then once we reach adult, female or male, 65% to 55 to 65%, 60%. And also the quality of water affects our daily life. So the functions of water. Water is an important macronutrient, comprising 50 to 80% of our body composition. And then it not only serves as a solvent, but also aids in cell metabolism. So that means the food that we take in, right? Just to take note, the food needs to be digested, and then energy must be given out in the process so we can carry on our daily functions. So that is cell metabolism. Every cell in our body, think of it like ping pong ball, very small balls in our body. So they have a nucleus, they have a DNA, RNA. Some of you have taken the COVID shot, mRNA. So every of our cell, we have also a nucleus, so-called the control center of a brain of our body. So if the body loses more than 20% of water, then our normal activities cannot function on. So we need to replenish it. You may say, oh, I don't really exercise a lot. Some of you are perhaps quite sedentary. Oh, I have to just stay at home and then do a bit of basic household chores. But still, we have these basic functions, like water can be lost through urination, respiration, breathing, and so on. Breathing. So approximately 4 to 6% of the water need to be renewed daily. And of course, for children and infants, even 15% or more. So water is life. And what's in our tap water? Some of you will say, oh, my daily habit is to just drink water from the tap. Anyone does that? Many of us do that. But some of you may say, oh, I have attached a filtration system to it, a filter to it. But if, I don't know which country you're from, some countries, depending on the nature of your water supply, may have contained some of these materials inside. Of course, anyone, if you can see the screen properly, which is the most poisonous material? Arsenic, right? Arsenic, or even there's lead, chloroform. So these are things which will affect us, not for the better, but for the worse. And of course, fecal matter, disease. Because some of the countries that we are in might be agriculture and so on. Now, how do our cells take in the water? So basically, we have these two scientists here who obtained the Nobel Prize in Chemistry 2003, in the year 2003, Edgar and Roderick McKinnon. So they shared this Nobel Prize. And what did they discover? Right? Discovery of water channels. Right? So basically, every cell in our body, right? If you look at this, it's a close-up. We can't see it with our naked eye. If you have a microscope, yes, you can see that there's a cell wall. Every cell has got a cell membrane even. And for plants, we also have an additional cell wall, cellular cell wall. But anyway, for water to go through into our cells or outside, you need to pass through the water channel. So what they have discovered is that not all types of water will go through regularly through it. So normally water tend to cluster in a molecular structure, cluster and group together. So some might be blocked and cannot really go through. Of course, there is a test to test out the width of this the cluster and the width of this channels. They use oxygen 17 resonance and so on. Half-life, how width. Okay, a bit of nuclear physics involved. But this one you don't really have to worry. So what are the problems arising from lack of water? Okay, we have, if you say, oh, I have been drinking water regularly, but actually over time we may find that we may drink less and less water, maybe our habit, right? Or sometimes maybe there is an issue with our food intake. You know, you like to take a lot of this fried stuff or sugar drinks and so on. Yeah. So over time, okay, you'll find that should you not drink enough water, or you drink only when you're thirsty, then you may have issues like high blood pressure, hyperglycemia. What's hyperglycemia? High sugar level in your blood. And then hyperlipidemia. So that is to do with your blood liquid or fats that choke up your arteries and so on. Yeah. So other things that could occur, other problems like hair loss, constipation. So some you may say, oh, over the passage of time, age, you may have this issue, right? And then of course, fatigue, feeling tired, dizzy, and so on. Lower back pain. Anyone have got this issue? Yeah. And then obesity, getting plumber and putting on weight. And then more importantly is some of you may find that you have emotional loss of control, insomnia, forgetfulness, cannot really remember things. So just remember that just due to the mere fact that water, all right, is lacking. So this water is actually used as a carrier to transport all these nutrients and so on. All right, garbage, toxins will be excreted out. So if the water is not transported well around the body, then you'll find that you have an issue. Over time, you may have diseases coming up. So our heart, right, everybody has a heart. So our heart actually pumps blood. So blood goes around the body. So in the process also, it also brings along water with it, right? So basically, to cut the long story short, to summarize for you, the two are circulation. One is the pulmonary part, that means from the heart, pump up to the lungs to be oxygenated. So the blood that is coming back from the rest of the body, deoxygenated blood or carbon dioxide, is pumped up to the lungs again. And from lungs, the oxygenated blood is pumped through the aortic system, the arteries, to the rest of the body, like the liver, kidneys, and so on, our brains even. So this oxygenated blood is used up, right, by our body organs, tissue, and so on. Yeah. And then thereafter, once it's filled with carbon dioxide, then you come back pump back through the venous system back to the heart again, to be pumped again to the lung. So there are two systems there. So basically, the smoother the blood flow, then the less waste, and the faster the metabolism. And the blood will be not sticky, so it'll be well pumped around the body. Yeah. So also in the process, the toxins, the dead cells, whatever, will be removed. Yeah. Next, we have this scientist here, Dr. Faradun from our college. So what did he actually discover? You can see there's a book there, the book he published, your body's many cries for water. You're not sick, you're thirsty, you're merely thirsty. So don't treat the thirst with medication. So you just drink more water. In fact, other ailments that you have, you just have to drink more water. Now, why did he write this book? Actually, he suffered as a prisoner of war, a political prison, okay, in an Iranian jail. And of course, you know the conditions in the jail, right? Fellow prisoners, you don't have enough food, you don't have enough water, a lot of stress. There might be water even, but maybe more of the right type of quality. Yeah? So most of the prisoners will suffer from stomach ailment, a peptic ulcer, there might be bleeding in the small intestines and so on. So drink more water, that's what he recommended them. Yeah? And to his amazing discovery, hundreds and thousands of people, all the prisoners also really got well, even through degenerative diseases, and they regained their health. Rubens, the German physicist, early in the 20th century. So he made a discovery also, quantum theory, black body radiation. So you may say, well, what has it got to do with our water? Right. So this Rubens tube is used to demonstrate acoustic standing wave. So let's look at what has it got to do with water. Basically, one of the wave, right, frequency units is terahertz. So in case you say, oh, I've not heard about this. So terahertz, THZ, is one of the wave frequency units. And it is invisible and it is a special electromagnetic wave. So you say, oh, I don't know about wave or microwave. Anyone use microwave to warm up your food or even to cook? Or infrared to treat maybe your joints and, rheumatism or whatever, or injuries. You have heard about that. And of course, beyond the spectrum, you have visible light. You have beyond that, you have ultraviolet. And you know that if I get exposed to the sun for too long, I get burns, right? Sunburns. That's due to the UV. In short, we call it UV rays, ultraviolet. And then further on, we have X-rays. So terahertz is actually sandwiched between 1 millimeter and 10 microamp. And it is, the frequency is 1 terahertz, 10 to the power 12 hertz. So you know hertz. If you do not know what is hertz, I know some of you say, oh, hertz, it's got to do with sound, right? That's sound wave. So our human has got this listening frequency range. If you are like the bats, which bats, COVID-19 associated very high frequency, maybe beyond 30,000 hertz, right? And our lower range, like my voice, if I'm a bass singer, let's say, can go down to maybe 30 hertz or so, 40 hertz, that kind of sound. So big box and so on. So that's hertz. Yeah. So terahertz is actually 10 to the power 12 hertz. So you can imagine how many zeros, 12 zeros. And you may say, oh, he's actually there all the time. It's actually that he has been brought up to our notice. So actually in 2004, the US government named this terahertz technology as one of the top 10 technologies that will change our future world. And China in 2005, the following year, ranked it as the first of 10 key strategic goals of the national pillar and gave the nation a lot of in-depth research and development, R&D. Yeah? So it's actually filtered down from other users. So they have actually used it first in screening, medical imaging, but without the debilitating effect of X-rays. Yeah? And you can still use it for all these purposes. And so if you find that this technology is amazing, and besides just in aviation or medical, this quality assurance and so on, or pharmaceuticals, you can also use it for water. But how is it used in water? That's our key question. What's so special about it? So basically in water, we can also treat it and it becomes good water and even healthy water. But why is that so? So using this terahertz device, you can see behind, I've also got this, looks like a jar, but the ironing top of it looks like ironing top. That is being, that will resonate. So this water, once treated, okay, the resonated terahertz water will allow the human cells to absorb quickly, accelerate the metabolism, and increase the cell vitality. So that means the cell has got more life. And so this terahertz wave is a kind of light energy. So it will emit through this device and resonate with the body cell. So resonate is like, like vibrating together in tandem. So then activating the cell in the process. So in other words, the scientists name it as the wave of life. It's a very amazing discovery. That such a simple treatment can result in a special type of water. And it doesn't clash on whatever other filtration system or even alkaline water devices you're using. You can just use it on top of it. over it. So you don't have to discard any of the old stuff, or I mean the things that you use. So this is the water device, and it's the top part that will emit this terahertz wave to treat the water below. So the water is just your normal water that you have in your homes. Ideally, use filtrated water. So low viscosity will result anti-radiation, anti-germs or bacteria, even fungus, anti-oxidation, all because of a linear lineup of water molecules. That's when the water is after being treated. Yeah. So we have test samples that shows some of these results. Test conclusion. So pH of this treated water, water after 3 minutes, 7.1. Of course, if you are treating it based on a very alkaline water, then you will still be pretty much alkaline. Yeah? And it's recommended that we drink slightly weak alkaline water and treat it with Terahertz device for our good health, to delay our aging and so on. Then on top of that, okay, this Terahertz healthy water, they can reduce E. coli. E. coli is a germ, 80%, almost 90%, 89% after 3 minutes of treatment. And also there's a red buttercup sterilization effect, which is the reduction of fungus, moles of fungus. It's the thing that causes itching of our skin and so on, right? Ringworms. So it's also can reduce after 3 minutes of Terahertz hot water, okay, by almost 80%. On top of that, radiation resistance, radiation dose after 3 minutes of Terahertz water treatment, okay, is really reduced by a lot. Viscosity, okay, this part is we can't see, but we can taste it. That's why you can see that I'm drinking water every time I'm talking. Every once in a while, because it's very smooth on the taste buds. So the viscosity or the stickiness is reduced by 680 times after merely 3 minutes of treatment. All right, so it's very powerful. And it's very good for our body. Yeah? And the total antioxidant effect, all right, after treatment for 3 minutes is 78%. So antioxidant, I think some of you have heard about it. The radicals, the free radicals will actually cause aging. So by reducing this issue of aging, all right, so a lot of free radicals, all these are cut down, all right. So yeah. The other part will be about this water hardness is reduced. And also at the very molecular part, we cannot see our naked eye. The hydrogen bond angle, there's an increase of 3 to 5 degrees. All right. So this part we can only use microscopic view to see. And basically, this water molecules, once treated, is easily assimilated, taken into our body cells. So that is a beautiful part of it. So in short, if you're more pictorial kind, you can see pictures to understand better. And this three A's, antibacterial, anti-germ, or even fungus, antioxidant, and anti-radiation. We have all these mobile devices and so on. All this radiation, all due to a linear straight line of this water molecular structure in our terahertz treated water, and also resulting in low resonant frequency in sequence with our human. Okay, it's a healthy kind of radiation. I mean, frequency resonating level around 7.6 hertz on average, and low viscosity, attain the low stickiness of the water, 680 times lower than that of normal water. So that is something that is very important and to take note of why it's so effective. So again, more structural highlighting to let you see why the reason why this water is so effectively absorbed into our body cells. Because ordinary water molecules tend to group up. We call it in a polymeric water molecular structure, or in clumps. So after treatment, 3 minutes by this Terahertz Water device using the Schumann generator, so the water molecules are linearly line up in a straight line. Yeah, so this structural change will provide our cells, our body cells, with better water supply, and also increase cell absorption rate of minerals and so on in food. Yeah. So in case some of you say, oh, I still cannot very much visualize it, just think about our COVID-19 situation, social distancing and so on. Try not to cluster up. Water molecules, just a human being like to group together 15 to 17 people in a circle. So after treatment, using this water device, Terahertz Water device, the water molecules, just a human beings, will be line up in a straight line, linear line up. Some devices in our market say that, oh, we can have some of these effects. Yeah? So maybe they have maybe 5 to 7 people in a circle, or 5 to 7 molecules in a circle, all right, clumped together. So in that aspect, it's easier. Think of it as, you know, the molecule going to a room. Molecule is a human being carrying a bag. The bag might be the food, oxygen, whatever, and then coming out with the waste materials, you know, toxins and so on, the carbon dioxide. Yeah. So the two lows, one of which will be low resonance frequency, around 7.6 Hertz. So this is after being treated by the terahertz wave. Terahertz wave is 10 power 12 Hertz. All right, so then the body cells, all the molecules, smaller than the cells will be the molecule on molecular level. So they'll be resonating. Resonating means it's vibrating to a certain frequency. So it's around 7.8 Hertz. So that is supposed to be a very good for our body, healthy, resonate with a healthy body frequency. Okay, and in nature, some of you would like to go to places with, you know, waterfalls and so on, right? The beach. All these places will have good so-called qi and so on. Yeah. And in terms of low viscosity, so the lower viscosity is actually reduced by 680 times, and that's a lot. And because of that, the water, the taste of it is very smooth and easily absorbed by our blood vessels. For some of you here, anybody here with high blood pressure or inside our body, our blood vessels may have a lot of lipids or fats stuck there. Then it's good to clear away. Right? It's good to do that function. All these blood lipids. So basically, when you have this 680 lower viscosity type of water, water tastes very soft and smooth. And then the absorption rate of blood vessels and cells improve by 3 times. And then diluting all the blood lipids and fats and improving our circulatory system. And also the microcirculation. So like I used to have dry skin. I'm not saying I don't have now, but cracked lips and so on. When you drink this water, this water can reach the harder to reach areas. The so-called the microcirculatory part of things. And enhance the body's metabolic function and restore the visceral function. Visceral means the organs. The organs are intact, working in tandem with each other, not separately, but as a team. Strong lipophilicity, breaking down all the triglycerides. It means breaking down all the fats and things that will cause arterial sclerosis. It means arteries choke up and then burst. So what happens? In the brain, you may know some people on one side become, on the left especially, so there is a mild stroke or even a heavy stroke. And then overall, the information exchange between ourselves and the balance of nervous system and immune system our endocrine system. So all our body parts should work together as a team, just like soccer. Anyone watching soccer now? Euro 2020, supposed to be 2021 now. So team effort is important. So our organs, nervous system means our brains, our spinal cord, our reflexes should work well with our immune system, the one that allows you to fight all the germs and the viruses, especially COVID-19. Endocrine system of hormones, and the information exchange. So through this, messaging and so on, between our brains and to the rest of the body. So at least we know how to act or react and so on. Yeah. You can see in this slide, we have blood corpuscles being significantly dilated. It's dispersed. The blood corpuscles are further apart. So the blood is not so thick. A lot of thick blood will cause, I got one friend also used to have a very thick blood. Okay, so a lot of issues. Of course, you go to the hospital and so on. I'm not saying you don't go, but you have to take a lot of blood thinners, warfarin and so on, or even aspirin. So improve your blood viscosity. And after just nearly 20 minutes after drinking this water, of course, the effects may vary from person to person. For this particular downline, yes, that's the effect. E. coli or bacteria, if you like food that is lightly cooked, sashimi, anyone love it? Me as well. Or beef steak, quite rare. But of course, there might be a danger, there's a risk getting all this vomiting, diarrhea because of the bacteria inside, E. coli. On top of that, we also have trichophyton rubrum, fungus, like all those ringworms and all those. Some of you may have white spots here and there. So it's good. Okay, after 3 minutes of Terahertz water treatment, the E. coli and also this trichophyton, the fungus, reduced by more than 90%. You can actually spray on your skin and so on. Of course, I advocate using this together with whatever creams and medication you're taking. Then damage to your body tissues from free radicals. All right. So after nearly 3 minutes of treatment with Terahertz water device, by drinking or spraying on and so on, then the total antioxidation percentage of the water quality is 75%. Right? And the antioxidant capacity shown is 4 times improvement. So that's very amazing. Of course, some of you say, oh, where are the free radicals coming from? Sometimes over you, some of you are working very hard. Some of you are very stressed. Some of you may not sleep well enough. Some of you may eat too much junk food, burgers, smoking. Some of you may have a lifestyle that incorporates all this, alcohol. But it's nice to have all these indulgences. Right? We have wine and so on, but this is Terahertz treated. It tastes good. And you won't get so drowsy or dizzy after that. But anyway, you can try for yourself. Food intolerance and so on, allergies. So anti-radiation is all around us. All the electrical appliances that we are having around us in our household, right? Our cookers, our computers, handphones. Okay, so all these will cause radiation. But of course, we have to be mindful of too much harmful radiation. So it may cause symptoms such as fatigue, bleeding gums, hair loss, decreased libido means what? Sex drive, skin issues, white blood cell count. So some may say, oh, increased radiation. You may have known some friends with problems, blood cancer even. So how, So worst come to worst, you may even die. So just be aware of that. So by drinking more of this water, will cut down harmful radiation as well. And this, just to sum up, this water molecule, easier to pass through. So the water, once treated, 3 minutes of terahertz. You can treat a few times, it's no problem. When you drink it, at the micro level, microscopic level, can pass through water channels easily. The higher level energy, the kinetic energy, faster movement speed, the speed, penetration power, and also can dissolve more. Right? Dissolve means all these fats or whatever. And also the other part is the resonant part, the constant resonance with the cells. All right, and then also the transport, all right, with the nutrients sending in, all right, into the cells, and then coming out, all right, all this toxins and so on, even the fats or whatever carbon dioxide, all this come out, excreted out. So the excretion part is also more thorough. Functions and benefits. I think I've already said a few times already, but just to reinforce, you can actually drink it, drink this water, and it will improve the health index of our intestinal flora. That means our intestine has got this mix of bacteria, so-called good and bad bacteria. That's why some of you take probiotics, right? Anyone does that? And then also improve your constipation. That means your, the ease with which the feces is being excreted out in the morning. Improve your sleep quality, improve insomnia, and then just through the speeding out of a metabolic rate, just like car engine, burns off the fuel, all right, to petrol, in this case our food, and improve our blood viscosity, so that thickness of our blood, stickiness of our blood is cut down. And all this will lead also to better absorption of health products, nutrition, and so on. You can spray on it too. I can show it to you. I'm talking. You can spray on it on the skin, right, hair even, and you moisturize the skin and hydrate, improve the fine lines. You can see I'm also around the age of seniors, almost 60 thereabouts, and improve the facial contour and the elasticity, skin elasticity, elastic, just like a rubber band. And some of you will say, oh, how about if I fall down, if I have wounds or burns, you also help. And some of you say, oh, I'm young, I don't need all this, but you may have acne due to your stronger hormones, scars. So you can also repair. But of course, if you trust your whatever medication and cream you're using, do use it together, you work even better. You don't have to discard any of those things that you are using. Okay, some things you have to be aware of, some precautions. Don't treat it by putting it into metal objects when you're treating it. So you treat on plastics and ceramic, glass, and so on. Okay. After processing, you can reheat the water, and then to ensure that this water activeness and cleanliness is there, or resonated water, or it should be drunk as soon as possible. Of course, tests have shown you can keep for weeks even. People with pacemaker, heart issue with a pacemaker to pump the heart, should not drink it. Patients with advanced or major illnesses, and patients are experiencing major bleeding, except during the physiological period. It means during the time the woman every month has got the period, right? The one is okay. Some of the possible reactions and signs: thirst, dryness, and nausea and snoring. So when I first drink it, I find that in fact I clear off most of my phlegm and so on. If you have sinus tissues, pains in the mucus stuck, it's good. Flatulence, passing off gas from the stomach. It shows the stomach is detoxifying. Defecation, smelly urination. So your urine may smell stronger. The ammonia smell, whatever. Okay. And then for me, I'll go to the toilet more often. Okay. So that's the thing you have to prepare. But it's good for our body health. The toxins are excreted through the urine more effectively. So a lot of safety marks on this certification authority, and you find that your CE conformite European market, for the European market. And then you also have Roche household appliance, like refrigerator, washing machine, and so on. So it's safe. Huh? US Food and Drug Administration, FDA. Yeah. So it's also there's good. All right, pass through all this. FCC. On top of that, we do have the ISO, International Standardization Organization. Right. So this one we do know all of us. REACH, more on chemicals from the European Union. And in the China market, this product is good too. So it's approved. CNAS, so the Chinese National Accreditation Service for conformity assessment. And also the China Metrology Accreditation. This product, by the way, is made in Shenzhen. So disclaimer, this product, all right, is not to be used as medicine. If you are currently taking any medication, please continue to take your medication until your doctor asks you to stop. Yeah? So now it's testimonial time. And back to you, Krisa.
Testimonial time. So, Eva, would you like to share this testimonial, or you want to share a video?
Yeah, there's some question on the chat group saying.
Yeah, I have answered some, and some waiting to be answered.
Sleep apnea, if it's due to some obstruction, if it's mild one, you should clear off some of your sinuses. Yeah, of course, you've already got growth there. Then, of course, if the doctor advises you to go for surgery, please follow the doctor's instruction. Because we want to you know, override what medical advice has been given. But you can try drinking first and see whether it helps with especially the respiratory system when you sleep. Because you can't. Another way is you can actually record your snoring pattern and so on when you sleep. See whether is there improvement. Yeah. So for me, I find that clear my system better, right? Top and bottom also. So it's a better flow. Ulcer and all this, just treat it as normal water and drink more of it. Of course, lifestyle. Right? If you find that because of due to your lifestyle, maybe you don't eat enough, or or you work very long hours without taking care of yourself, then you have to adjust your lifestyle also. Yeah. All right. Other than that, yeah, you can even try on plants and so on. So if you don't see the immediate results, you can actually try on 2 sets of same plants. One is normal water, one is this. Just see for yourself. Try out for yourself. Okay. And yeah, that's all I have to say. And so, Krisa, so anything more to say before I carry on? After treatment, yes, we can definitely boil the water. Okay, we can boil it. But the storage-wise, try to store in a non-metal. But if you have no choice but to put in a metal, it's okay. But when you're treating the water that time, don't treat it on over a water container. You know what I mean? That is metal. Treat it over a glass or ceramic or plastic, like what we have here. Okay? So that is what we have. And it's good to go. Just over this. You can actually put over your water bottle even and do it. So treat it just 3 minutes. If you don't know how to use it, you can always refer to your upline. Yeah.
Okay, there's one question from Serene. It says, any lab test report show that TS lab water is anti-radiation? Oh yeah, all this report you can actually get it from the person that refer you in. They are actually making standard into this standard EBT that independent distributor that we have it when we go around to do our prospecting. So this can be easily get from the person that introduced you in or your upline.
Then if you boil the water first and then you treat it, it's okay also. You can boil it first and after one then you can treat it. But of course,
that's a bit leceh lah. We call it local term here. We call it's a bit leceh lah. Why don't we just resonate the filter water and then we boil whenever we need to, or you want to boil to put it into the flask or use it for boiling soup or rice or whatever, you know.
You can also scan the 5-liter bottle. You are outside or what, you want to lug around the jar. But with the jar, you know, the surface of spread of the terahertz wave is more, perhaps, you know, more effectively done, you know. But if you just have a, you know, water bottle, you know, you're going out and or you bring it to, next time if you can travel, go to the hotel room, you can always treat it, no problem. So without further ado, Krista, I'll carry on with the testimonial slides part now.
Yes. Okay. Let me just answer one more question regarding bamboo salt. Bamboo salt, is it necessary? Well, it's up to you, because sometimes it's to after certain period when you drink it, then the water dispelling the toxin out of the body, it probably also can dispel out some of the minerals. So if you start feeling like cramp, all this and that, you can just take a little bit of a small spoon of the stirrer, not the big teaspoon, you know, the stirrer spoon, and put it in the morning with your 500 ml of warm water. Then, you know, for us, some of us take it just slightly in the morning, and to some of us, we take it not every day, like once in 2-3 days. It's up to your individual how your body reacts with the Terahertz water that you're drinking and how much Terahertz water that you're drinking. Thank you. Okay, Albert, you can go ahead with the rest testimonial.
Right. So for those who have seen it many times, they do bear with me, but it is basically things that are apparent, things that are clear cut. And of course, by starting with myself first, no point I say, wow, so good, but I have to experience it myself also. So on the left, you can see it's good on my hair, and also on the right, on my son's skin. He's in national service for army training. So, you know, a lot of pressures and so on. Some is actually a bit of genetics, inheritance, this psoriasis. So some of you may have flare-ups of skin. It's good for it, especially skin, hair. Even my nails are, you know, more supple and doesn't break so not so brittle. The hair quality also becomes softer. So more of my hair, and even I check with my other people, my friends and housekeeper. They'll say yes, there's an improvement. So these are upline from Penang, George New, and also he has got hair growing back. And our gentleman from Ipoh, okay, hair growing back. This is Mr. William in Singapore. Very apparent, he looks very much more handsomer than before. Then there's such a word. Fujian, China, this gentleman here, he looks like he's got an elder brother. Or an uncle, much better looking, and looks, not only looks, he is fitter. All right, and also skin, flaky skin. So we have Missian China, the freckles removed or reduced after just months of drinking at the time. This was all last year's photos. So it looks radiant, absolutely. Indonesian ladies with freckles also. You can see there's a marked effect. Of course, you can say, maybe your Photoshop or yes. But no, I'm very honest, okay? Whatever experience, I'll tell you, okay? I share with you. So this is Miss Lee's skin, and she really looks much younger after using it. Posing in George. A lady from Johor again. So you can see the skin is also more radiant. She looks better. Miss Lee also in China. Not only that, I've been saying that again. The face, more sculpted, more chiseled. Miss Anne from Ipoh, of course. So dark spots and the skin has been whitened in the process. So some of you say, "Oh, I'm still young. I don't need all this water," especially if you have children or adolescents. Yeah. So yeah, freckles. Not only that, acne, scars, pimples. You can drink more of this water. You can spray on it, and you remove also the scar tissue. So some diseases already here. But of course, if you have been told to undergo some treatments or therapy or medication, please carry on doing it. Right. But no harm to use this water concurrently with whatever therapy you're going through, okay? And whatever drugs or doctor's advice or cutting down on your whatever diet thing and so on, yeah? Do carry on with it. So this man here, or gentleman from Penang, wrinkles, crow's feet. So these are very clear-cut issues. All right. Vitiligo, so discoloration of skin. Some parts of the skin are just really different patchy of whites or pink, right? Some of these problems may also cause a lot of discomfort, and also some of us may feel shy, the image issue, right? So more of these effects, similar effects, and it's really marked a difference. It's a significant change. Just barely, because these slides are from early last year, so just a few months of using it. So some of you say, "Oh, besides this, I also burn myself or hurt myself." Yeah, you can spray on it too. That's whatever cream you're using, therapy you're going through. Gangrene, okay, whatever can be salvaged, okay, it can be salvaged. The skin, all right. But of course, you find that cannot grow back, but whatever you have will be better, the condition. Burnt skins, especially from oil and so on. More burns. Okay, and then the best thing is the scar tissue part. You won't get a very thick so-called keloids there all the time. So if you spray it constantly, drink more, plus whatever cream you're using, apply on it, then you find that the skin that grow back as per normal. Especially if imagine you have a scar on your face. So you feel that it's very good effect. After a while, nothing much left. It's apparent. You won't even know that you have a scar tissue there. So the next few slides will be on this effects of blood sugar from double digit to single digit. All right. So if the blood sugar level goes down, then especially those with diabetes, then due to a lack of insulin or whatever, then yeah, it's good for these people. And other than that, also weight loss together with it, high blood pressure also. It's a whole gamut of problems, not just diabetes. Sometimes together with other issues also reduce. That's the beautiful thing about it. Yeah. Swollen feet also. So blood pressure dropping. Anyone here thinks that high blood pressure is good? No, right? So, but blood pressure cannot be too low also. The good range should be around 120, 130, right? And then there's another slash, diastolic systolic pressure, 70, 80 and below. Some go a bit more to 90, the one below. So kidney patients, if you have people who knows someone with dialysis, undergoing dialysis, so doctors, I mean conventional doctors advice would be, oh, cannot drink water, cannot drink too much. But you can actually let them try a bit and see how much they can take it in. Because there are many kidney patients, maybe 50%, 60% of function still left, you know. So the water won't be stuck in the body. Imagine the water is stuck there and cannot be discharged. So you feel like a lot of toxins in your body. It's a terrible feeling, right? A lot of face. You can see Mr. Timothy here, the face swollen, puffy, eyes, and so on. Okay, very pale. After that, hey, it's okay. You know, he seems quite alright. Skinnier, I mean, slimmer, and so on. Yeah. So, if you know people with diabetes, kidney, dialysis, undergoing all this treatment, yeah, really, okay, it works. The blood sugar level, okay, from double digit to single digit. Yeah, all right. Eyesight also, some of you may say, oh, I have problems with cataracts. But of course, if you really feel like you have to go for operation, okay, over the, you know, passage of time, maybe too much exposure to the sun, then go for it. But at the same time, you can spray on the eyes. If you have not gone for the operation, see whether it improves. Yeah. Baby, okay, nappy rash and body rash, allergic rash. After a while, it improves. Of course, you also have to do your basic hygiene. Make sure you change. Singapore is a warm, for those living in the tropics, Singapore is a warm, humid country. You have to change your clothes regularly also. But some babies have very sensitive skin. So more psoriasis, so flaking, itchy skin, and so on. Yeah. Miss Chu here, you can see a marked improvement. Right, just a month, barely a month or so. 2 months of treatment, you can see her hands really improve. You know, and her legs, even the skin, the flaky parts of her leg, the thighs, all improved. Gout. Some of you say, oh, I have people whom I know have frequently have got gout. Well, it could be a lifestyle thing, or you have to change the diet or exercise, but sometimes, yeah, there's this continuous reoccurrence of it because of high consumption of seafood or protein or whatever. So if you drink more of this water, you'll clear it off. What's growing on the feet? Corns. But of course, yeah, you can spray on it, drink more water, at the same time improve your footwear. Yeah. Sometimes some of you are walking around every day, right? Doing sales. So you have this issue, the lifestyle issue. Fungal infection can clear up. Right? If you are using some fungal cream, by all means use together with it, right? And then this one is done by one of the downlines. So like what I've shown you in the slide earlier on, the blood corpuscles, right, will be more dispersed after drinking this water, 1 liter of this water. So not so-called, the blood is not so thick and sticky. And flowers, you can see even myself, flowers, orchid and whatever, and rose. You can water it, spray on it, okay? And then after a few days, it looks better, not so droopy. Dogs, skin allergy for dogs and so on. Based on their, dogs, once they reach a certain age of maybe around 10, 11 years old, it's equivalent to almost our 80, 90 years old humans. Yeah? So they need water just like us. What more if you give them Terahertz water? So the skin of the dog, the eyes also. Dogs also may have cataracts, just like us. Any pet lovers here? And for me, I also use it on the aquarium, on our fish. So that's all for my slides on the healthy water device. And back to you, Krista. Are you still there?
Yes, I am. So maybe you can take a break, take a sip of your wine or water, a Terahertz water. Then we can start off with the marketing plan.